everyone to session 74 of the Space Between. First, a quick recap from the GM from last time. As one character played it, characterized it. The session might have been entitled Consequences, but as the party was able to finagle their way out of any consequences too dire, um, everyone woke up after a good night's rest. There was some discussion, particularly between Zeke and Cherry, after Zeke had done a bit of oracle to find out what might happen and had foreseen an imposing conversation with Eva's dad. And so everyone, the two of them dithered for a while and eventually decided not to tell anyone anything until after the big talk. So Eva went about, got Bo and Pete gathered up for breakfast, and not thinking anything of her father's request to come and bring all her friends to breakfast because they needed to talk. In her innocence, you all went on ahead. Uh, Pete diffused a bit of the potential ire over the calling the security team out to the treehouse on a possible false alarm, and seemed to have smoothed that over well. Then the hammer got brought down about what happened in the study with the line shunt. Uh, but as was revealed in the subsequent conversation, he did not actually know everything, and Zeke and Cherry were able to throw the scent off just enough to get out of any more serious and immediate consequences, other than Zeke getting tossed out, being asked to leave. And that is more or less where we left off, with the most of the crew packing up and heading out to back to the station, leaving Eva to spend a bit more time with her family and say some goodbyes. And we pick up tonight, planning to do a bit of a time skip and perhaps somewhat of a montage. Um, we have uh, so I guess we'll start with kind of a broad overview of the time tables that we're looking at here. So Cherry and Ryu, I think, we're about to hop on a ship, buying passage to Loanada, and then they were going to be that will end up taking about, let's see, 8 days to get out there, and then to come back. They're gonna be hopping into the Swallowtail and be flying back. Now, with just two people, I was meaning to look this up. Where did I leave my reference? Um, I didn't find it immediately, unless I am misremembering. One of the uh, one of the features of metadimensional space travel is that it does require someone to always be at the controls, and so it's very difficult for fewer than 3 people to make a trip like that without the assistance of some serious uh, drugs.
Serious drugs. I only like fun drugs, not serious drugs.
Um, yeah, a minimum of 3 to cover everything, all the bridge watches necessary. Um, and so, yeah, it's not going to be a major like this is not going to be some sort of long term detrimental thing, but that will probably put some wear and tear on the two of them unless they want to bring a third person along, or for that matter, Cherry has henchman slots that have yet to be filled.
Oh, she's gonna tell someone to hench for sure.
So that would that'll save some need to take drugs to stay awake. Um, so then the trip back will take because she's going to be able to trim the course without taking on any extra risk. She'll be looking at about 5 days back, so 13 days all told, which is slightly more than the amount of time that Eva was required to be uh, spearheading the modification efforts. There's another word that I can't think of right now. The renovation efforts on Corvette that the crew has purchased.
Refit or retrofit.
Yeah, retrofitting. That's a good word. And the remaining 40 days or so can be done without her supervision if necessary.
Okay.
Um, so
Oh, I feel like she would think it's necessary.
Oh, she does, but I believe she's getting dragged away.
Fantastic.
so she is. Now, because I think we had decided, I say we. Um, I want to. I'm trying to be careful not to push too much or had an undue influence on the decisions you guys make in that regard. I hope I haven't overstepped in some of that, but as I recall, the decision was made to go ahead and try to bring everybody just so that um, you had a little more freedom to do things on Tabuk without needing to feel like, well, we can't do anything interesting because Eva's not here. Um,
Yeah, I think so.
I think Dex was the actually the least concerned about that.
Yeah.
But
I was interested in seeing what y'all got up to, but it's okay if you want Mommy Eva around.
true.
The worst
Uh,
metaphor for her.
yeah, that has been Mother Eva might be slightly more uh, appropriate,
She,
but
anything that puts Eva as like the head, like most responsible person in the room, is the wrong metaphor.
I mean, she is the
yeah,
captain,
I mean,
so
Yeah.
at some point she has to at least figuratively be one.
the ill-advised doesn't make it wrong.
Exactly.
Doesn't make it incorrect. But yeah, so you guys. Oh, and I gotta double check. I want to say, let me see. I'm gonna have to. There was a thread somewhere, and maybe out of character planning or somewhere of it's okay. It's not too terribly far back. Um, so I'm realizing this is all so long ago. I don't remember if we finalized. I thought we did finalize the the set of fittings and the
I'm pretty sure we did,
plan.
yeah.
let's see, 725. Okay, 812. Okay, that's 2024. That's an ancient one. That's something else. Okay. Blah blah blah. Let me take a quick peek at this right now, just because I want to make sure that I am not missing something.
I'm sure Dex,
Okay.
Dex and Ethan could provide you, and actually, I'm sure our whole crew could provide you with a list of the fittings that you've okayed. Um, you don't have to burden yourself and go looking for that list.
Oh
We
yeah, I'll
can
get right
definitely do
on
it
that.
for you. Yep, yep.
Let's see. So yeah, you guys had. Okay, yeah, it was
I think I
Eternal
had it on a
Reactor.
Google Sheet.
Yeah, I think you guys did decide to do to
Just looking
spend the
for it.
credits and the components on an Eternal Reactor,
Mm-hmm.
which is, yeah, because that's what I was factoring in. The
Hmm.
time to install the Eternal Reactor and the specialized mountings for the plasma beams, that accounted for the 12 days that Eva was required to be foreman on site to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that things could be done more quickly and more cheaply. Um, and then the rest of the time can be done
I'm
normally.
just gonna say those are
I
two
did not.
those are two adjectives that I don't like associated with the thing that is going to be tasked with keeping me alive in the vacuum
Pretty
of space.
cheaply?
Cheaply and quickly. So just not the adjectives I
Yeah,
want associated with the construction.
you don't need to think about
Uh-huh.
that mythical triangle of project priorities. Nothing's
Uh-huh.
getting sacrificed.
Sure.
Um,
Absolutely nothing will be sacrificed.
um, so then you guys will be on a after that little jaunt. That'll be whatever 13 days, wherein Eva, Bo, well, Eva's days are pretty well spoken for. Bo, I know, is going to be spending his time doing power armor training with his friend Trin, and that does that just leaves Pete and Zeke to get up to whatever downtime activities they had in mind. I seem to remember Zeke being interested in poking around, trying to dig up information about anything interesting and psychic. If I don't misremember.
Oh, there you go. I would say something that would help. Yeah, he's always trying to pull those threads. Just generally. Um,
Sorry, you
if you got
you
anything
got a
for
little
him.
garbled before you said generally.
Yeah, he's always trying to pull those threads. So if you got anything for him, we can explore that.
Okay. Yeah, so that is what he would be doing with his downtime. I figured. Um, what about Pete? And I swear if you
Uh,
say reading a book.
uh,
I mean that is allowed, but we need a little something, what is the latest what is his latest foray at the very least?
um, he might be trying to, um, I'll say, deal with some of the trauma of his experience,
Okay.
taking the
Ooh.
downtime when he's not going to accidentally snap and kill somebody to work out
Mm.
some of those craziest feelings. Maybe writing it down on something he can just dispose of later. Something probably physical and not hackable.
So it sounds like you're trying to you, so are you saying he's writing down his feelings and then burning them or blowing them up or
Trying to
That's probably
process, I'll say, the disjointed memories,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say what we'll call the rewriting and the mind control elements of all the transitional pieces. Trying to work his way through that, and I'll say the murder bot feelings he had during the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So do you think is he doing this all just on his own, or do you think he would look into the possibility of some sort of counseling?
We're on Anagris, right?
You are on a Negris.
Um, we don't really, other than like her family, I don't think he has a lot of contacts on Anagris.
Oh,
So
Eva can help.
aside from,
Yeah.
well, I don't know that he wants help. This is the I don't want to kill people, so
Eh,
he
Eva would
probably.
probably also not care if you wanted help.
Mm-hmm.
So Anagris is
yeah.
known for advanced cybernetics, medicines, and techniques, which some of which involve complex neurological surgeries. Um, so I don't know how familiar Pete would be with the kind of the medical infrastructure of Anagris, but
Probably not a lot since he's only experienced it as a bot. But
yeah.
um I don't know, without like a recommendation from Orion for who's trustworthy, he might not.
Hmm.
Especially with the
Okay.
I'll say Maltech transition in background. I don't think he'd go for
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, that comment you made does bring up an interesting point. Ryan has left information with you all for about basically how to address a message to him, because there is well established infrastructure for relaying messages on kind of snail mail style across the stars. In fact, if he had in mind what to say soon, there's a ship about to leave with Jeremy on. But yeah, there are ways to get messages to people across the stars if he had any sort of inquiry he wanted to make to Orion that wasn't necessarily time sensitive, but that he might hope to get a response about sometime.
um I guess he'd ask Orion if he has a recommendation for how to work on it and if there's anyone trustworthy who could assist. But otherwise, he probably would just be entrusting it to like paper and can easily just take his like laser pistol or a heated monoblade knife and just like burn it.
Yeah. Okay. Making some notes here. Some good stuff to work with.
TLDR, therapy is for chumps and meat sacks. We're just going to write our feelings down so we can burn the feelings and not feel them anymore.
Yes.
But isn't that
Ironically, there
therapy?
is an element that is actually recommended in therapy. So
Yeah. I'd say Pete may have he may have absorbed some of that osmotically, but from somebody at some point.
well, I would say in this case, for Pete specifically, it's because that area of his memories are so glitchy. I'll just summarize
Yeah.
it that way. Because it's so glitchy, He's trying to process what he does remember, what he remembers watching, um, trying to see if he remembers something else. Like he's
Mhm.
working on that kind of thing, which is why he's doing it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And
Like he
it
might
all
even I think
fits.
Orion gave us like a copy of the memories for him to watch. Like he might watch some of that quietly on a data pad just to like try to figure some of it out.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. Uh, and so we got Zeke as well. Okay. Avery, did you have any more detail in mind for how or where Zeke might go looking for information? Or did you want to leave that more vague and up in the air?
I think that that's probably the best way to handle it, given he's a precog. He probably would lean into that and be willing to, you know, get his hands dirty, go places that might be not the best places to get the answers that he's looking for. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That definitely plays into Zeke's backstory too. Hello?
he's
Yeah.
always been like a morally gray character, so makes sense
Checks
to
out.
me at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just our sketchy friend doing sketchy things.
He's probably a good guy.
Probably.
Probably.
I generally feel good about the things he does.
That's a phrase you love to hear describing someone that you're close to. Yeah, he's probably a good guy.
I mean, if there's a bear, he's definitely not the slowest.
Definitely not. It didn't even take a bear. What was it? The snakes that he like popped up? No. There's something where he like teleported into a tree.
It was the stampede of Triceratops, I think.
That's what it was. Like it didn't even take a bear.
They might have been stegosaurs. Uh, I don't remember the exact species that I had stampeding at you guys. But yeah, that was fun. Okay, let me get my head screwed on straight here. All right, so we've got that. So Danielle, for Cherry's part,
Hmm.
you don't necessarily need, a long backstory or, very detailed description of these other two hinge people.
This is true.
But yeah, if you would uh, take whatever time you want, think of whatever you have in mind for a couple of hinge people that you would find on Loinuda. Um,
As one
generally,
does.
yes, as one does. The just in keeping with kind of the idea that these are usually not important people in their society, they're kind of outcasts or people who are desperate, and these these are people they'll be considered martial humans, so they have some some ability with weapons, whether it's because of their intense devotion to you or their natural skill. Um, so they've got a bit of more ability than the baseline,
Hmm.
and you just let me know, or you can put it in session chat or message it to me, whatever you come with what it is. Oh, excuse me. Then we're gonna have a little bit of a time skip here. And I don't, let's see, I'm thinking about dice rolls. Since we do have some downtime activities going on. I think we're gonna have, let's see. For Pete, I think I want to see. Considering the way that he's going about this, I think that it would make sense to do something like a how would I characterize that?
I mean, I don't know of a sanity check for starts with that number. I'm sure the zombie one might
Yeah.
have one.
I was gonna say a mental saving throw could suffice. I was trying to think if there was a relevant skill, but I don't know that that's
In a
I don't
way, that'd be survive in my book. But
yeah. I was trying to think of it's almost it's kind of it's kind of making me think of either connect or talk. Um, it being like trying to you know express emotion and you know kind of get in touch with that part of yourself instead of with other people. But I think that could be, I don't know. I feel like a skill check is better than like it's like you're not like you're trying to avoid something bad happening to you. You're trying to
just seeing how
accomplish
much
something
progress.
good. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So, um, I,
Well, it's not
actually
going to be a
like
lot. I've got negative ones in all three that we talked about.
I was realizing I was like, really, all I need to look at is do any of the ones with pluses fit, and I don't think they do.
No.
So I think
Punch, shoot, exert, stab.
so you can pretty much take your pick of any of the minus ones and roll it with wisdom, and we'll call it a day.
Watch, I'll get a nat 12, and it's going to be my only one for the night.
The called shot. My goodness.
Called shot. Oh my goodness.
Avery, were you precogging over there and whispering in his ear?
Oh man.
That's
Called it.
impressive. All right, so
And Dex stepped away.
he did. He missed the important bit. We'll have to tell him about it later. So yeah, that's good to see. For Zeke, I'm gonna want to see. I think we'll go with like a connect. I think a connect check with wisdom and add a one to it to represent the precognitive influence. Okay.
If that's not sufficient and he would fail, he can alternate outcome it, I suppose.
Um, I was gonna say that's a partial success. Go ahead and alternate outcome it, and uh, this effort will this will be recovered soon anyway. Okay, yeah, that's a step better. Um, let's see, I'm getting some sidebar messages. Let's see. Okay, we have secret 9. Okay. Very good. So they're doing well. I don't know if Cherry and Eva had anything that they needed to roll for their downtime activities. Uh, okay, sorry. I'm slow tonight. Trying to juggle multiple balls takes me a long time tonight. I think we have enough information to jump ahead a little bit. Um, let's see. I don't know if I want to. Okay, I guess we can. Dex, are you back? Just gonna ask. Okay. I mean, I guess we could go ahead.
I just got back.
Oh,
And I
perfect
heard the
timing.
cold shot.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Heck yeah.
That was great, wasn't it?
That's great, yeah. I only heard. I'm just now seeing all the rules. But I didn't want to inflict far from computer static on you. I still wanted to listen.
Yeah.
Nice.
1 in 36 chance.
Yeah. All right. Do you need me?
Yeah, well, I was about to go ahead and give us a sort of a little uh, narration of our little 2 week time skip.
Okay.
And don't know. Uh, there may be some other details about where Eva and the rest are staying uh, during this time. So, no, Eva's spending her days working on the ship. Um, everyone else has their things that they're going off to do, and you know, I guess that's maybe one one bit that I hadn't gotten from everyone is about where they were staying for the nights, at least. They'd be mostly staying on the ship, in the shipyard, or if they would be if they would be taking up residence somewhere else.
I think we established that Eva was going to be on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, she was
Yeah.
not going back to home because it's like a long commute.
Yeah, pretty long commute, and I think in that with that in mind, she had directed the workers to prioritize starting with ship quarters, crew quarters, or at the very least the the basic level ones.
Mm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
there are luxury cabins being installed, um,
Would give us
but
some place to sleep.
yeah, exactly. And I think, let's see, what did I? Yes. So max of 40. Um, yeah, I think I had. Yeah, that takes too much power though. So yeah, it looks like you guys are getting. Because I want to say it's 10% of the max, meaning four luxury cabin style quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and let's see, what is that? It's, that's only that's a few days of work. Uh, but either way, um, the more basic quarters, those can have been renovated uh, and then left alone so that you guys can stay on the ship at least while the much fancier quarters are being built. So if that's what everyone else is wanting to do, we can just go with that and move on.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yep.
Then
Sounds good.
so you all say your goodbyes to Cherry and Ryu before they hop on board a you know to ride in a on a modest little ship that run by a free trader and heading to Loinuda to pick up some of the latest holovids and some of their specialized entertainment technology, which is in pretty high demand in various parts of the sector. Can't just get that any old place. And so they're along for the ride. So they have a relatively uneventful journey through dimensional space. Mostly just trying to avoid getting their ears talked off by the pilot, who is an eccentric older individual who has a story for every system you've ever heard of and some you haven't. And is always ready and more than willing to tell you all about them.
Poor Cherry. From one know-it-all to another.
Hey.
Let's see. Then, so they'll be able to go their way to Loenuda and spend just long enough on the planet for Cherry to reach out to some old acquaintances and or perhaps make some new ones before hopping back around. We'll come back to her in a couple minutes to get the details on these new hinge people, or we can leave that in the background if it doesn't want to be solidified quite yet.
No, you're fine.
Meanwhile, the next couple of weeks pass in a blur of activity for the rest of the crew. Eva up at crack of dawn every day, whipping that construction crew into shape and spurring them on to greater heights of work on preparing and modifying, seemingly half the hull to accommodate several installations of plasma beams at a on a much smaller hull than they are typically designed to be installed on. Or no, I'm misspeaking there.
On a tighter budget, energy budget, and mass budget.
Yes, designing mountings that are much more efficient and
yes,
and specialized to the particular needs of the plasma beams, cutting out any fluff and making it streamlined so that the ship's core can handle more, but at the same time beefing up the reactor room and with under very careful supervision. In fact, it's probably mostly Eva doing this work with really just some helping hands from some of the other workers, carefully modifying and incorporating pre-tech components into the reactor to bring it to a stunning fusion powered and probably quantum entangled.
I was gonna
Who
say
knows?
probably scares them a bit as she's talking about recursive looping and feedback and infinite quantum state.
Yes, that infinite quantum state. But yes, all sorts of very very confusing and sometimes scary words to the ears of starship construction workers, um, who have seen and heard a lot of things, but have only heard rumors of most of these concepts. So yeah, these pre-tech energy cores that Eva has carefully engineered and using these little bits of pre-tech hardware are truly a sight to behold. And the process, she saved quite a bit of space in terms of ship fuel tanks that are no longer needed. So that goes a long way towards making room for other retrofitted rooms and luxuries. And
And
she comes
she's,
back. Oh,
I was just gonna say, she's sure to make sure that they know that this is far less likely to explode than a fuel tank.
mm-hmm.
Because,
They.
fuel tanks are notoriously stable, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
But yeah. So she's coming back. Flopping down. Late every day. At least physically worn out.
hmm
Not sure about perhaps mentally buzzing
She is loving this.
with the thrill of building a pre-tech reactor and pushing pushing the limits of TO4 plasma beam mountings. And Bo Bo is off, every day. He said that he's got training to do. He carts off his power armor every morning and comes back every evening, uh, absolutely worn out, basically just able to go face plant in the bed and immediately fall asleep. And so not a lot of time for him to talk about what he's up to. I'll have to share once he's on the other side of it. Everybody is busy, busy, busy. Zeke Zeke doesn't come back to the ship every night.
Uh-oh.
What?
And I imagine maybe after the first such occurrence, uh, well, I guess I don't know. Would even notice something like that?
I'm sorry, I don't think so.
That's okay.
I know it sounds
Well,
terrible, but this is Eva.
say I was about to say something, but I'm not sure that she would. Now,
I mean, I think
of the
you would
group
also
here.
probably not know if Zeke came back anyway,
That's true.
right? Because he could just be in his room. Done.
Yeah.
You know what?
Um,
We'll say this. I think she gives him updates. I'm doing the air quotes thing. She gives him updates by just making an announcement into his intercom here and there. The intercom into his room, whether he's there or not.
that's amazing.
Things that she thinks that he cares about. She got a couple new books in. Some of the crew members, or some of the ship builders, the shipyard guys, yeah, the shipyard crew, had some suggestions for her, and so she's got new books in, and she tells him when they arrive. Um, or his room is ready, and she tells him that the room is ready.
I like that. Um, yeah, they see. I guess just because everyone is so busy with other things going on, Zeke is kind of able to get up to his own devices and maybe go somewhat unnoticed about how feverishly he's going about this investigation of his. And he does end up he does end up running across a couple of people who are trying to stay on the down low. Something that he has learned about Anagris, his time here, is that officially there's a fairly lax policy regarding psychics in general, um, officially legally. However, in reality, there is a fairly strong streak of anti-psychic sentiment that tends to run through the culture, and a general suspicion towards psychics. Most all of the more powerful public figures have varying degrees of negative viewpoints that they hold, though they are tempered publicly. Uh, it is they still make no secret of their prejudice against psychics, and so that colors things. And a lot of people end up having to stay out of sight and out of mind and avoid revealing themselves. So uh, Zeke finds a couple such individuals and say that he learns some interesting tips and tricks. Also, just some interesting information about the kinds of the ways that such people might stay in touch with each other, and almost a sort of support network for psychics who are needing to stay unobserved and undetected. And we'll come back to that later. That will be important later.
That sounds like a threat. You can stand up for the Avery.
It sounds more like a promise.
Not everything's a threat.
Well, that
Yeah, it is.
that was though.
Not everything's a threat, Dex.
No, yet. That's when it needs to
Yet.
be. Yet.
Yeah. So let's see. That brings us to Pete, who has a swell time going and trying to make sense of his fragmented and disjointed, confusing memories, helping himself by rewatching the recording of their foray into one of the darker memories of his, but also with extensively documenting. And now I don't know how much, if there's maybe some of this that he's wanting to hold on to help him, as a way to try to help actually make sense of what has happened, and to try to work out more like coherent events that he's remembering, um, or if he's just burning all of it, or
Oh no, just something that's not hackable, really.
okay, got you. So he's
He can hide a book in his area bookshelves or whatever. If he needs to dispose of it, it's easier to burn it than it is to
okay.
delete it with all these hackers around,
All these hackers around. Wow.
Yeah. And we just lost Ben.
Sorry, my Discord just fritzed on me there. I was about to say that it was having trouble loading some images, and then it just booted me. You were just saying that Pete would probably keep a book hidden somewhere that he's making notes in that could be easily and quickly destroyed, right?
Yeah. Rather than hacked.
Yes. That makes good sense. I like it. I'm not offended by it. Alrighty, so I think that we have oh, I was going to mention, he has an excellent time doing this. He manages to piece together a few more memories, mostly inconsequential things. Um, but he does get some clear memory of a couple of scenes that seem to be uh, perhaps the same day that he went to the same day as the fateful day that he went and you know signed the contract and was put under and his last day as a human. Um, so he has the feeling that he is getting closer to putting together the truth of more of the fullness of what happened that day, and he's having fewer of these intrusive fragments and thoughts just ambushing him at random times of the day. So it seems like it is helping some to carefully and methodically work through these and document what he can figure out.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. So then that brings us to Cherry again. Now, Danielle, I'm looking for some reason. Discord just absolutely refuses to load these images. Makes no sense. Um, I've got blazing fast internet, and for some reason, Discord's just like pictures. Nah. So, um,
Okay.
but I, as far as all of that goes, I'm totally good with all that. Um,
Okay.
do you want to take the wheel on this part, describing this, or do you want me to?
Hmm? Oh yeah,
Is
you
it-
can hold on. I'll just I can describe it, I think.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
all right, so I'll put the picture in the Discord, but basically
yeah. I can put it in section
Cherry
chat.
Cherry was kind of meeting some of her new followers on Anagris and happened to find out that one of her new followers was a pilot as well. And so she offered for this new follower, Lex, and their 2 tickets to join her and her associate on a round trip flight to Lohain Uda if they were willing to help
Oh,
with the flying.
yeah, that's neat. I missed that detail that it was on Anagris. So she's been getting a bit of a following on Anagris now.
So my thing has been that she's been trying to, like, if it's possible, spread her following basically.
I got you. Trying to increase that subscriber count.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's neat because it looks a bit different on Anagris because they don't have quite as much of an interconnected World Wide Web, but they do still have social media. So she can certainly find a way. She's got razor sharp influencer skills honed in a lifetime of media literacy and doing her thing. All right, so she's got, let's see. Yeah, I don't think you sent me the names. Did you say? I heard something about Lex, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Could you type their names out in session chat too? Lex and Blue. All right. So she's got a couple new henchmen and is they're all getting to know each other and while locked on the same ship for the next what's it going to be, about 13 days if they're coming from Anagris going to Luangjong with it. Yeah, they go about 13 days there and back. And they are ride or die for Cherry. Just like Ryu. So let's we all everyone reunites on Anagris a couple weeks later. The ship is looking like it's coming along well, but still has a long way to go. Uh, everyone does get a mandatory tour of the completed reactor room. And yeah, it is a sight to behold. It is it's still definitely in construction mode. Still some kind of exposed panels and frame. Some things that still need to be buffed and polished, or some sort of some sort of safety rounding of sharp corners and things like that. But it is an impressive feat of engineering, surpassing the peak of TL4 capabilities and grasping at the ancient heights of pre-tech engineering with a pair of always on glowing energy cores that are about the size of Eva's head and suspended carefully using some advanced gravitic components, carefully shielded from any sort of accidental contact with any parts or anything else, but still on full display through the transparent alloyed frame that encloses them. And so yeah, Eva is absolutely on cloud nine and just talking a mile a minute, going into every detail about the construction, the design, the process. When that one shipyard worker just about dropped one and vaporized himself. And but yeah, I'm maybe getting away from myself a little bit.
No. It was good. It was giving me time.
I'm glad. What you got for us?
I need more time.
I need more time.
It wasn't enough. But continue, please.
Good. So, but yeah, Pete is Pete seems happy to see Cherry again, and she can pick up on just a subtle difference, perhaps a slightly lighter tone to his voice. That it's mainly noticeable to her because it's been a couple weeks since she interacted with him. There's a there's a faintly noticeable better pep to his step, I guess you could say. Being as empathetic as she is and accustomed to interacting with VIs, her trained eyes can pick it out.
All right.
And
I just want to point out one thing that was also
yeah,
in
go
the reactor room.
for it.
I knew it was gonna come up. Oh, no.
Installation for future spike flavor tech. I love
Hey, what do I care? Pizza robot.
I love the font and flair of it.
Yep.
Oh man. So where is that put up?
Um, well, according to the picture, it's just hanging from the ceiling, apparently.
No, see, it's adhered to that transparent alloyed encasement for the reactor cores.
Okay, yeah. Um, Definitely. It's even got no, I can't say that there's other lines there. Yeah, it's right near the reactor. It feels dangerously close to the reactor. Like nothing else should be being installed this close to the reactor, but that's the sign.
But yeah, it has to be that close so that whenever the energy cores, heat up, you know, doing the transition to mass space, they absorb the spike flavor fluid,
That's right.
atomize it, and distribute it through the space of the ship.
Yeah,
It's a spike flavor diffuser.
she talks about she goes on about something called Maxwell's demon and how the flavor she assures the flavor will only go one way from the mount into the reactor, and there will be no
That's
reactor coming out of the reactor into the mount.
Oh, that's wild. Um,
And yes, it actually did spell spike flavor exactly how I wanted it to.
that's hilarious.
I think in her mind, she knows the right way to spell it, but she's being more efficient by
I
shortening
think
it.
I intended for the flav and the R to actually be like technical terms, or like it's kind of an acronym. Flav is short for something, and then the R is the first letter of something. I just haven't come up with what that is yet.
He was trying to do the creative engineering naming game.
The thing that I'm sure marketers and PR wish engineers would never do. No, please just leave this to
Yes.
marketing.
Exactly. It's like, oh brother, please not another acronym. No. Um,
Why did you
it,
think
it,
this was a
it-
good idea?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Uh, but yes, they do love their acronyms. Okay. So there was much rejoicing at the announcement of future spike flavor check. Robert, I'm laughing at spike flavor diffuser.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
actually, I
includes
mean,
20% longer lasting aromas and sensations.
yeah, I mean, at, at the very least, like the senses of smell and taste could absolutely be affected that way with just like some advanced diffusion tech. Oh, that's a hilarious thought. Well, let's see. We got Bo, who is proud to show off some of the maneuvers he's learning. You know, his he can he can do some different movements and activities in his power armor suit without falling over or without smashing everything he touches. Um, yeah, I think uh, some of the first lessons have been around well, like handling smaller objects and slightly more fragile objects in an assault suit without you know crushing them. Like how to pick up a thermos and take a drink from it without accidentally you know cracking it or dropping it. So he's making good progress on his power armor training, but with everyone reunited, the prospect of a trip to Tabuk while the shipyard works on the Corvette is close at hand. So power armor training will have to be put on hold, and at least for now. And everyone will need to load up and get ready to go on the trip to Tabuk.
Yay.
Think.
Before we do that, any final preparations or comments?
Yeah. So I forgot to do this, but and you know what? Maybe Eva forgot too. Hang on. Hang on. What would we roll for Eva remembering to tell her parents that she's bringing her ship over?
Bringing your ship over where? Oh, to
To
their property.
yes.
Oh, brother. Um. Oh boy. Is this a this feels like a mental save at disadvantage? Uh,
Here's another relevant question because I don't think Eva would not talk about where she wants to put her ship on her property. Does anybody stop her?
let's see. Talking about the swallowtail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think anybody would stop her.
Crew-wise, I mean.
Um, oh, crew eyes.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Stop her from what?
Um, Taking the swallowtail over to her parents' house. Well, her house, but the estate.
He wouldn't care.
Yep. Okay. Oh. Oh. Well. With disadvantage.
Nice.
is.
Okay. So all this means is that she calls them a couple days in advance
Okay.
to say, hey, my ship is the ship I built, on our property is coming back in and basically, how did she put it? I think no. I think she just says the ship I built, the Swallowtail, is coming into system in a couple days, and uh, I'm gonna bring it over. And she just says this, matter of factly, as if like, I'm bringing some friends over for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, her parents' reactions are, fairly nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like oh, that's very nice, dear. We'd love to get to see it. And you know, you just bringing it over for show and tell. We could always come to the shipyard to the port.
Oh, if you want to see my new ship, yeah, you can come to the shipyard. The reactor room is awesome.
They do express interest in that as well.
Yeah.
So are you just thinking of she's wanting to take the swallowtail over to her parents' house to show it off,
Nope.
or
To leave it
what's
there.
this?
This is a trophy.
Oh, got you. Well, okay. So after post Tabuk, right?
It might
Because
feel differently.
you do have
Uh
to you do have to fly it unless you guys are just gonna
oh,
fly.
I'm right. I'm way ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Right. No, we are flying it. Okay. Ah, never mind.
Okay. File that for later.
Yeah, I got too excited. I thought that it was that we were like, done with the Swallowtail and on the new ship. I totally
Got you.
forgot everything you said earlier in the session about it being like 40 more days.
It's okay. It's all right, Eva. It's understandable.
You know what? That's fair.
Things get Sometimes things just get really exciting, and some lesser important and less exciting details just slip the mind. So.
You know what? Just for the lulz, I think this conversation with Eva and her parents still happens before she realizes, oh wait, we still need the ship.
I do like that. Whenever she does realize and then try to walk it back or correct it, they'll be supportive and well, that's all right, dear. We'll I suppose we'll need to make sure there's a spot, a place for it, so it yeah, won't sink into the lawn. But yes, well, would you want it out by your treehouse, I assume,
Yeah, that
and
would be
then
a great place for it.
they'll talk back and forth with you a little bit about exactly where and on which side, because there's a pretty good sized clearing, but it might need to be expanded slightly, or they could move some of the sheds that they added to contain some of your projects in progress. And
Nah, she likes those sheds. She'd rather they clear some of the forest.
um, yeah, they're like, well, dear, we wouldn't have need to remove the sheds, but just rearrange them to make more of an open space to accommodate the ship. We do have some pretty old trees on the property. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean that's basically where I built it anyways, so that's a good place. Yeah, she'll accept uh moving to the sheds. It's not like she was gonna make her parents mow down the trees. As soon as she realized what she was saying, Eve, little Miss Vegan here, oh don't kill the cows, would have backed off from that.
Wait, what am I saying? I like it. So okay, all right, dear. Well, whenever you whenever you come back with it, whenever you're ready to leave it here for a while, we'll have a place for it.
And she'll invite them to come and see the new ship, since that
Uh,
dialogue is open.
Yeah, yeah, they'd take her up on it. And they would do an excellent job of the parental oohing and awing over their child's art project. I mean, engineering project.
I wonder how that looks to the ship construction crew, the shipbuilders, who have just seen her building impossible things that work, and now she's basically what you said, given her parents a tour, and they're treating it like you made such a great what is it, Pepto Bismol volcano.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
Not Pepto
yeah,
Bismol, you know what I meant, Mentos.
yeah, 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 baking soda volcano.
Yes, yes.
Um, but yeah, I think there are probably a couple people who, just a little bit of chuckling and, nudging ribs at, you know, thinking that it's kind of funny to, just the vibe of the tour and their reactions, but for the most part, I think everybody's pretty understanding. Oh yeah, somebody, somebody's coming up in the world, getting to, coming into this kind of money, this kind of a ship. Yeah, they're gonna show off to whatever friends and family they can, uh, that would be interested in what they're doing. So
Mm-hmm.
this isn't anything too unusual overall.
Okay, okay.
Just maybe the particular family dynamic is still a little bit amusing to some people to watch, but
Yeah.
didn't exactly uh didn't exactly phase too many people that you have your parents there, praising your good work. This is a good accomplishment. There you can tell some are very very glad to see that you have people who appreciate the hard work that's being done.
Cool.
And they're not above taking a little bit of pride in it themselves.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, not they shouldn't be above it. They should be proud of it.
Yes, exactly. All right. I think so. We got give his parents a quick little tour before everybody's getting ready to load up. Um, quick a quick note that I need to double check on. So I see in the funds channel that Dex had noted, uh, adding Eva's payout to her personal funds.
Uh-huh.
Did everybody else add their payout from selling the cruiser?
Let me see.
Should be actually under the one above that, the major sale payout, under distributed.
Yeah. So 182,150 to each player.
I probably didn't. Let me check my sheet.
And
Yep, nope.
if whatever number you do have there at might be good. Okay, yeah, I'm glancing here. It looks like Avery added it
Oh,
for
yes, I
Z.
did. Okay.
Nice.
Found
Oh
it.
yeah, daniel added for cherry. It's very cool. Um, yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to like police anything too hard. It would be helpful if there were some place that you were keeping kind of like a ledger of, this money came in. Oh, I spent this much on this stuff. Um, just so that we don't, because I don't want there to be, I don't want there to be either like, oh, whoops, I spent 50,000 credits and then just forgot to mark it and still have that. I also don't want there to be, oh wait, did I really spend that many credits? I don't remember buying anything that big. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I want you guys to make sure you have all your credits. Okay, I think we're ready to zip off to Tabuk. Is there any last minute? Try not to just snap my fingers and pop you into another system. But I
Mm,
think we're ready.
I'm ready.
So let's do it. Um, this is a 3. This is a 3 hex jump, which, oh, that's right. Yeah, she would need, I think, is it Starfarer 2 that, yeah, Starfarer 2 that would do that for you, but we don't have that yet. So, looks like it's gonna be 2 hex and a 1 hex jump. So we're going, I'm assuming we're going Urala and then Tabuk, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Taking the standard pathway. So both of these are going to be no need to make a roll because we've got recent enough rudders. And so it's going to be let's see. Oh, oh, excuse me. So it's going to be a day that way. Oh, yeah. Day that way. 3 days. Oh, trimming the course for the travel itself, so that makes it to 6 days, 7, and 8. So another 8 days. So I'm trying to make sure to take notes here. Mm, 8 days to Tabuk. And let's see. So we have, take stock here for a moment. All right, so you guys arrive in Tabukan space and are met with a checkpoint at the edge of the system, the entry point from Urala. It is pretty clearly a official Tabukan. Oh, excuse the yawn. Official Tabukan military checkpoint, and entails, all right, includes a mandatory inspection, customs inspection, customs inspection, and which you all, I believe, would be passing with flying colors, because I think you have left any and all contraband elsewhere.
Believe so.
In the interest of avoiding any controversial or troublesome uh, interactions while in Tabuk. So there was some good old stuff that you got from Orion and from the well, not really from Orion, from the cruiser the pre-tech cruiser that you sold to Orion. Kept some of those goodies, and whew, goodness, the yawns are nailing me now. But the along with the customs inspection, uh, there is a bit of additional scrutiny on Pete,
Huh.
and they they're somewhat apologetic, but they say we're we're sorry, but recent events require us to be take extra precautions with VIs. Going to have to do a well, let's see, what would they call it? I'm trying to think how to describe it. Basically, like a surface level, like recent recent memory scan. Um, it's something that is not terribly, not very common. It's something that VIs have to deal with from time to time, usually only in places that are much more prejudiced against bots. And it's one of those things that like activists or people who are pretty strongly motivated to and fighting for like equal treatment of VIs would consider, you know, pretty well equivalent to like a telepathic uh, what am I trying to say? A telepathic, memory check, though it is ostensibly a lower or like a higher level, low low intensity, minimally invasive kind of thing designed to that can be uh, guided by the VI that's undergoing it, at least to an extent, to avoid delving too deep, but designed to kind of see like, okay, where have you been recently? What have you kind of been up to generally? Um, and it does, so it probably does seem a bit strange that they are requiring this. And this is not something you'd heard about Tabuk having as a practice.
Would you say it's anything like the Voight camp test?
Let me.
Blade Runner.
Oh, um, mm,
I mean, that was specifically to try and tell humans and replicants apart,
yeah,
but
humans are part. Yeah, sort of. I think I kind of see what you're getting at. Like, um, it's. Hmm,
they ask a question or they say something and they've got some monitoring software to kind of read the electromagnetic response and all that.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's a good comparison. And that actually that fits pretty well. Um, because it, it is designed to be minimally invasive enough that most VIs would be willing to go along with it, even though it is, you know, it is a little bit invasive, and it is, you know, a little bit, you know, maybe uh, insulting or something that
Mm-hmm.
I should have to go through this. It is something that it's kind of it's almost like an advanced police interrogation technique kind of thing.
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's a good comparison.
I think that description actually gives me kind of what I think I was angling for. Um, I was gonna just kind of ask, is there anything that Eva knows about or can? Well, I guess this is gonna be sprung up. So, does she know about enough about Tabukan law that she could, if it even exists in their law, that she could cite the need for any authorities or warrants or, like, basically, can she do anything to get them to put this off as too much of a hassle?
Um, so you could give me a no check to see what she knows about this.
Okay. Low roll for her.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that she does you know, to her recollection, Tabukan law does require um, basically like probable cause um, to some extent in order to be able to justify the use of these kinds of techniques.
Okay. Um, so then I think unless Pete is like Pete probably sees where her mind is spinning before she opens her mouth on this.
Hmm.
So unless he stops her and just wants to go along with it with no issues raised, she is going to ask, cite that authority and ask if there have been any amendments or laws voted in, however Tubuk does it, um, that
Hmm.
have overridden their legal statutes and stuff.
Um,
Um,
I think the only thing that Pete might be concerned about is how long were we in space? Like just getting to Tabuk, like how long did that take?
eight
And how
days.
long is the scan for?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah.
Like it might be irrelevant.
that's true.
Well, so it is. Um, they didn't really tell you ahead of time how far back they're going to do the check. Um, you could probably ask
He'd
them
ask.
some more information about it. Um, so we can say that maybe that happens before Eva
Hmm.
interjects with her objection. Um,
Yeah, she's not trying to speak for Pete, but if nobody's saying okay, I'll go along with it, or nobody's like Pete's doing right now asking other questions, then she's gonna step in
yeah, I got you.
as the
Okay.
captain.
Yeah, I got you then. So yeah, they say is you know the the initial this this initial scan is just goes back 30 days.
Ooh. Oh, 30 days is a lot.
Yeah, that's huge.
What were we doing 30 days ago? Were we maybe leaving Tabuk with a ship that wasn't being sold through official channels?
That would certainly fall within the last 30 days.
Houston, we have a problem.
Well, time for Eva to cite some legalese at them.
Man, if only we had Brother Nick to scare them off. Nothing like evangelism to get someone to leave you alone.
um, so yeah, when Eva Eva brings up that objection, they go and look at each other and they say, "Afraid so, ma'am," and or Madam Captain, whatever her title would be, like that,
Oh,
and
Madam Captain, if they use that, I feel like Eva is gonna insist on that forever.
it yeah, honestly, it would probably just be like Captain, but
Yeah, it's fine.
um,
Man.
Although she's technically an admiral right now. She has multiple ships under her command.
I thought it was Commodore, but okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. I shouldn't be technically in ship military ranks ever.
I hardcore imagined that in character, that exchange right there.
so I'll say in Eva's mind, she has she has decided this based on whichever whichever space navy uses the term admiral for the position that she is,
Yes.
that she could theoretically be filling in the official navy, and she's like, I'm basically an admiral.
I can do their job better than them anyways.
um, yeah, so one of them he produces a compad, sorry, a data slab, and quickly pulls up a document and hands it over to her for her scrutiny, um, saying, yeah, some recent incursions have by VI led ships have led us to heighten some of our security procedures.
Mm. Does it look like it's all official and done as far as she can tell, or is it pending and going through the levers of government?
Give me an administer check.
All right. I assume with intelligence.
Yeah.
Oof. If that's
Okay.
not enough, I will reroll.
That'll do it.
Okay.
It's a solid roll, and the skill very well fitting the moment. She's able to look through it. Takes her time, reads carefully, and is able to determine that this, uh, by Tabukan law, this is very solid,
Yeah.
and seems to have been, it has some language that indicates that references, you know, emergency powers, but
Mm.
that there was also uh, that it was also ratified by the council, so it is legit.
All right.
Is this so that he can leave the ship or just enter the sector?
This is so that he can, basically pass this checkpoint, enter the sector,
Yeah.
Ugh.
and there's there if you asked, or maybe they would have volunteered this information that as long as everything checks out and there's nothing suspicious, then you know he'll basically uh, he'll get more or less a stamp of approval on his on his temporary, uh, you know, passport kind of whatever kind of document that they're st- they're stamping for him that indicates he's passed this check. So he's gonna have to go through this again.
Um, um, side GM question here.
Mhm.
Since he is not a standard VI and he was doing all this internal work on his own memories,
Uh-huh.
um, pulling 30 days, like headcanon to me sounds like pulling 30 days is not gonna be their standard dump of 30 days. Like that would be giant compared to a standard VI 30-day dump.
Oh,
Because he's like reconnecting memories, he's reviewing footage of memories he does not remember and reconnecting
oh, gotcha.
memories and
Hmm.
like incidents with Orion in that past 30 days, technically, in some of
I
those
see.
experiments. And I was just
Yeah,
like, wait,
I see what you're
uh
saying. So
if
yeah,
they're
let me.
expecting a standard X amount of gigabytes, they're not getting that.
Well, and so you know, I think it bears explaining, and this would come out at some point of this that you know this is they're not pulling. It's not like they're downloading every memory, everything he's done for the past 30 days. This there's basically like a high level skimming to just kind of verify, you know, travel, travel itinerary more or less. It gets slightly deeper than that, but you know,
Ah,
go ahead and give me a go ahead and give me a maybe a program or fix check from Pete.
I would ask if he can get an assist on that, but
Let me
The
think.
psychic will always help him if he needs to.
I
Oh,
mean, he
see,
might need
I
it.
thought
That's a
he
-1.
I thought he had the fix skill at least.
No,
Um,
yeah,
um,
no, that's a
let's
unskilled
see. I
for
guess
both.
I would. I'm trying to think because I,
Yeah,
I feel like I want to give him some.